Get that picker out of there. Dan Hurd says if you can pick it up, it's a picker. There it is. It's not very clear. I need to get a close-up lens for this camera. See if you can hear it. Yep, you can hear it drop. Hey, this is Ron with Mine Operator. I've got some goodies here I'm going to be running. This is some hard rock that we crushed yesterday with Mark Keene, his big monster Keene crusher. Check out these flakes that crushed. It's actually got a little bit of curve to it, but it's actually just powder that went through the roller crusher. It's amazing how much pressure that puts on the rock. Make a cool countertop if you can get a big sheet of that. Anyway, I'm gonna run this stuff through this old time Micro-Sluice. Some of you guys may remember this piece of equipment. I don't think it's made anymore. I've had this for probably 30 years. Got it from D Stapp at Stapp Mining in San Bernardino many moons ago. So here we go. Oh, by the way, if this turns out to be good, there'll be more cut where that came from. Well, I've run the whole bucket. It was 43.4 pounds, and now I've got to subtract the weight of the bucket. Once I finish here, subtract the weight of the bucket, that'll give us the total that we ran, and we will pan it out and check for gold. And we'll weigh the gold, and then we can figure our ounces per ton. And rinse it out one more time. Put some dish soap in there to keep the fine gold from floating off the top. Of course, my hands get clean while I'm at it. When I'm running placer in here, sometimes we'll get little pieces of gold stuck right up here. I am not seeing any. I'm seeing some sulfides. Not happy about that. We like just free milling gold. Okay, well, I will give this a cleanup and start up again. Shut the water down. You can see there was some rock that didn't crush all the way, and here was some plastic. I don't know what that was. It went through the rollers, through the roller mill. You can see some pyrite type looking stuff. It's not very clear, sorry. This isn't doing really good on the close-up shot. And you can see what's in the mat there. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a pan and pan it out. So you can see a lot of sulfides in there. I don't see anything that really stands out as being gold. See some coppery turquoise type pieces. Well, if you can see that, there's barely some flour gold in there. All the rest is in sulfide form. So that would have to get leached to get the gold out of that. You can see on the right hand side of my pan, I don't even think it's enough to weigh. That was out of 40 plus pounds of crushed ore sample. What do you think, Ginger? Give me some better ore now! I've got a whole bunch of different bags of drywasher concentrates from several years worth. And I was thinking it's a good time to run it after I finish this hard rock run. I'm putting the Micro-Sluice back together for another run. I'm going to run a bunch of placer concentrates. So you can see it's got the black mat. I don't know what you call this, just a series of grooves. And then it's got a little like 1/4-inch mesh screen. And then it's got this punch plate that goes up in the top end. And I'm going to put that up in there. Fits in nice and snug there, and leaves a gap underneath so the bigger material goes across the top and drops into the riffles, and the water drops in and the fines get caught up underneath. Then it's got a series of these little rods, and some of them you put the hoses over them, so you got a little bigger, got a little bigger riffle. Guess I better pay attention where the camera's pointing. It's kind of hard to see around corners. Anyway, I'll put that together and start running some placer. This is what it looks like all set up. Cleaned it out pretty good. Got most of the gravel off. Sometimes there's little chunks that get stuck in there. So we are ready to roll. I label my bags of concentrate. I store them in buckets. This is January 2017, 3 days. So not a lot there, but hopefully it's good stuff. Well, I've just shut down. You can see there's a lot of black sand coming off the end of the sluice. The sluice is loaded with black sand. I can see a picker in there. Looks like there's some small stuff too. And then up here, you can see right here next to that rivet, there's some gold there. There's some couple pieces by this other rivet. Is it a rivet or a rivet? Rivets would be frogs. Rivets are metal. That's the difference. So I'm gonna see if I can get that picker out of there. Dan Hurd says if you can pick it up, it's a picker. There it is. It's not very clear. I need to get a close-up lens for this camera. See if you can hear it. Yep, you can hear it drop. It's really coarse. It has not traveled very far, or it broke out of the piece of quartz. So there you have it. I'll pan this out, but I think I'm going to run a few more weekends worth before I pan it, because there'll be a lot hidden in the black sand. Well, you can see the tray is just loaded with iron, chunks of iron. This is from dry washing with the puffer dry washer, and all the oversize went into this black hole. Kind of losing gold out here. But when you're finding gold, you don't want to stop. It's too much fun. Dropped a couple of more pickers in here, and I just shut the machine off. I see some tiny specks up there in the screen, but I can see at least 3 pickers across that riffle right here, just past the punch plate. One there, and one there. And I'm sure there's probably some in here, but I've got to let it run and clean out a little better. Very cool. Gold is where you find it. Today I'm finding it right here.